The Fisherman and His Wife. Once upon a time, in a tiny cottage by the sea, lived a poor fisherman and his wife. The fisherman loved the ocean and would go out every day to catch fish. One bright and sunny morning, the fisherman cast his net into the sparkling blue sea. To his surprise, he caught a large golden fish. As he was about to put the fish into his basket, the fish spoke. "Please, kind fisherman, let me go," said the golden fish. "I am not an ordinary fish. I am an enchanted prince. If you let me go, I will grant you any wish." The fisherman was amazed to hear the fish speak. He was a kind-hearted man and didn't want to hurt the magical fish. So he gently put the fish back into the sea and watched it swim away. He didn't ask for anything in return and went back to his cottage. When the fisherman told his wife about the golden fish, she was very excited. "You should have asked for something," she exclaimed. "Go back and tell the fish we want a nice cozy cottage instead of this old shack." The fisherman didn't want to, but to please his wife, he went back to the sea. He called out to the golden fish and the fish appeared, shimmering in the water. "My wife would like a nice cozy cottage," said the fisherman. "Go home," said the golden fish. "Your wish is granted." When the fisherman returned home, he found a beautiful little cottage where their old shack had been. The walls were painted bright colors and flowers bloomed in the garden. His wife was delighted, but after a while, she grew discontented. "This cottage is lovely, but I want more," she said. "Go back to the fish and ask for a grand castle." Reluctantly, the fisherman went back to the sea and called for the golden fish. "My wife wants a grand castle," he said. The fish granted the wish, and soon the fisherman and his wife were living in a magnificent castle with golden towers, vast gardens, and beautiful fountains. The rooms were filled with fine furniture and treasures from all over the world. But the fisherman's wife was still not happy. "I want to be queen," she said. "Go and tell the fish I want to rule a kingdom." The fisherman felt uneasy, but did as his wife asked. He went back to the sea and called for the golden fish. "My wife wants to be queen," he said. The fish granted the wish, and soon the fisherman's wife was sitting on a throne, wearing a sparkling crown. She had servants to do her bidding and a grand court to attend to her every need. Days went by, and the fisherman's wife became greedier. "I want to be the empress of the sun and moon," she said. "Go and tell the fish." The fisherman was very sad, but he went back to the sea one last time. The sky was dark, and the sea was rough. He called for the golden fish and told it about his wife's latest wish. The fish looked sad too and said, "Go home. You will find what you deserve." When the fisherman returned, he found his wife back in their old shack, just as it was before. The grand castle, the throne, and all the riches were gone. The fisherman's wife realized how her greed had taken away everything they had gained. In the days that followed, the fisherman's wife reflected on her actions. She remembered the joy they had felt when they first received the cozy cottage and the grand castle. She realized that her constant desire for more had only brought unhappiness and discontent. She looked around their humble shack and saw the familiar, simple things that once brought them joy. The wooden table where they shared their meals, the small bed where they rested, and the little garden where they grew flowers. These were the true treasures of their life. One evening, as the sun was setting, the fisherman and his wife sat by the sea, watching the waves gently roll onto the shore. The sky was painted with beautiful shades of pink and orange. The fisherman turned to his wife and said, "We may not have a grand castle or a crown, but we have each other and the beauty of this world. That is more than enough." His wife smiled and nodded. "You are right," she said. "I was blinded by my greed and forgot to appreciate what we had. From now on, I will cherish every moment and be grateful for the simple joys of life." And so, the fisherman and his wife lived happily in their little shack by the sea. They learned to appreciate the beauty of the world around them and found contentment in their simple life. They would often sit by the sea, watching the golden fish swim in the sparkling blue water, and remember the valuable lesson they had learned. Moral of the story. From this story, we learn that being greedy and always wanting more can make you lose everything. It's important to be happy and content with what you have. When you are thankful and kind, you live a joyful and peaceful life. Remember, the true treasure is being content and happy with what you have.